Imagine a world where one of history's greatest maritime disasters never happened. Picture the Titanic, the so-called unsinkable ship gliding into New York Harbor on a sunny April morning in 1912. Passengers waving joyously from the decks. What if this grand liner had completed its maiden voyage successfully? How would our world be different today? Welcome to What If, where we dive deep into alternate histories and explore their profound impacts. The Titanic's maiden voyage in 1912 was a historic event that tragically ended in disaster. The luxury ocean liner, deemed unsinkable, struck an iceberg and sank, resulting in the loss of over 1,500 lives. The Titanic story has captivated the world for over a century, sparking numerous books, movies, and documentaries. But what if the Titanic had completed its maiden voyage successfully? Let's explore the social and technological implications of this alternate scenario. The Titanic, a marvel of modern engineering in the early 20th century, represented the pinnacle of luxury and technological advancement. Built by the White Star Line, the Titanic was one of 3 Olympic-class ocean liners designed to dominate the highly competitive transatlantic passenger market. Construction began in 1909 at the Harland and Wolff shipyard in Belfast, Ireland, under the direction of some of the world's most skilled shipbuilders. On April 10, 1912, the Titanic set sail from Southampton, England, on its much-anticipated maiden voyage to New York City. The ship was celebrated as the largest and most luxurious vessel ever to grace the seas, measuring 882 feet in length and weighing over 46,000 tons. It featured an array of state-of-the-art amenities, including a swimming pool, gymnasium, squash court, and Turkish bath, all designed to cater to the comfort and leisure of its passengers. The passenger list included some of the wealthiest and most prominent figures of the time, such as John Jacob Astor IV, one of America's richest men, and Isidor Straus, co-owner of Macy's department store. They traveled in first-class accommodations that rivaled the finest hotels, with lavish staterooms, opulent dining rooms, and exclusive access to elegant lounges and promenades. Second-class passengers, while less extravagant, still enjoyed substantial comforts, including private cabins, spacious public rooms, and well-appointed dining facilities. Third-class passengers, many of whom were immigrants seeking a new life in America, were housed in more modest quarters but still benefited from clean and relatively comfortable accommodations. As the Titanic embarked on its voyage, it carried 2,224 passengers and crew, all eager to experience the grandeur of the unsinkable ship. For the first few days, the journey proceeded smoothly, with passengers enjoying the fine dining, entertainment, and the sheer novelty of traveling on such a magnificent vessel. The ship's crew, comprising experienced sailors, engineers, and stewards, worked diligently to maintain the high standards of service expected on this maiden voyage. However, beneath the surface of this grandeur lay the potential for disaster. The ship's design, while groundbreaking, included critical flaws that would later prove fatal. The Titanic was equipped with 16 watertight compartments, but the bulkheads separating them did not extend high enough to prevent water from spilling over into adjacent compartments. Additionally, the ship carried only 20 lifeboats, sufficient for just over half of those on board, reflecting the overconfidence in its supposed invincibility. On the night of April 14, 1912, as the Titanic sailed through the icy waters of the North Atlantic, disaster struck. Despite multiple iceberg warnings from other ships in the vicinity, the Titanic maintained its high speed of 22 knots. At 11:40 p.m., lookout Frederick Fleet spotted an iceberg directly in the ship's path. Although First Officer William Murdoch attempted to steer around the iceberg and reverse the engines, the Titanic's starboard side scraped along the ice, causing fatal damage. Water began flooding into the first 5 compartments, and the crew quickly realized the severity of the situation. The ship's designer, Thomas Andrews, calculated that the Titanic could remain afloat for no more than a couple of hours. As panic set in, the crew began evacuating passengers into the limited number of lifeboats, adhering to the Women and Children First protocol. The chaotic evacuation was marred by confusion and a lack of adequate training, leading to lifeboats being launched partially filled. As the Titanic sank, the ship's orchestra famously continued to play to calm the passengers, embodying a sense of tragic heroism. By 2:20 a.m. on April 15th, the Titanic had broken apart and disappeared beneath the waves, taking with it over 1,500 souls. The survivors, numbering just over 700, were left adrift in lifeboats, eventually rescued by the RMS Carpathia several hours later. The Titanic's maiden voyage, initially a symbol of human ingenuity and luxury, ended in one of the most infamous maritime disasters in history. This tragic event not only captivated the world's imagination, but also led to significant changes in maritime safety regulations, forever altering the course of sea travel. The sinking of the Titanic on April 15, 1912, stands as one of the most tragic and impactful maritime disasters in history. Its significance extends far beyond the immediate loss of over 1,500 lives. It exposed critical flaws in maritime practices, prompted sweeping changes in international maritime law, and left an indelible mark on popular culture and collective memory. In the immediate aftermath of the disaster, the world was shocked and outraged by the scale of the tragedy. The Titanic, heralded as an unsinkable marvel of modern engineering, had failed catastrophically on its maiden voyage. This stark contradiction between expectation and reality led to a widespread reevaluation of the assumptions underlying maritime safety at the time. One of the most glaring issues revealed by the disaster was the inadequate number of lifeboats. The Titanic carried only 20 lifeboats, enough for just over half of its passengers and crew. This shortfall was partly due to outdated maritime regulations and the belief that the ship's advanced design made such precautions unnecessary. The harrowing scenes of lifeboats being launched half empty due to lack of proper evacuation procedures and training underscored the dire need for reform. In response to the Titanic disaster, the international community took decisive action to improve maritime safety standards. The first major reform was the convening of the International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea, SOLAS, in 1914. This convention established comprehensive regulations designed to enhance the safety of ships, passengers, and crew. Key provisions included lifeboat requirements, SOLAS, mandated that ships must carry sufficient lifeboats for all passengers and crew. It also specified the types of lifeboats and the equipment they must contain. Iceberg patrols, the establishment of the International Ice Patrol, IIP, was another critical outcome. The IIP, operated by the United States Coast Guard, monitors iceberg dangers in the North Atlantic and provides warnings to ships, significantly reducing the risk of collisions. Wireless communication. The disaster highlighted the importance of reliable communication at sea. SOLAS required ships to maintain 24-hour radio watch and have adequate wireless communication equipment to ensure distress signals could be sent and received promptly. Emergency drills and procedures. New regulations mandated regular lifeboat drills and detailed emergency procedures for both passengers and crew, ensuring better preparedness in case of an emergency. The Titanic disaster also spurred advancements in ship design and construction. Lessons learned from the sinking led to the development of double hulls and watertight bulkheads that extended higher up the sides of ships, enhancing their ability to withstand damage. These innovations significantly improved the overall safety and survivability of ships. Beyond the regulatory and technological changes, the Titanic disaster had a profound cultural impact. The story of the Titanic has been immortalized in numerous books, films, and documentaries, making it one of the most enduring and compelling narratives of the 20th century. James Cameron's 1997 film Titanic, for instance, became a global phenomenon, further cementing the ship's place in popular culture. The disaster also had a lasting effect on public perceptions of human infallibility and technological hubris. The Titanic, a symbol of human ingenuity and industrial progress, was brought down by a combination of natural forces and human error. This narrative has resonated through the decades, serving as a cautionary tale about the limits of human mastery over nature. In addition to its cultural and technological legacies, the Titanic disaster had significant social implications. The rigid class divisions on board the ship were starkly highlighted during the evacuation, with a higher proportion of first-class passengers surviving compared to those in second and third class. This disparity prompted discussions about social inequality and the value of human life, influencing early 20th century social reforms. Memorials and commemorations of the Titanic and its victims have been established around the world, from plaques and monuments to museum exhibits and preserved artifacts. These memorials serve not only as tributes to those who perished, but also as reminders of the need for vigilance and continual improvement in safety standards. In conclusion, the sinking of the Titanic had a multifaceted significance in history. It catalyzed essential reforms in maritime safety, spurred technological advancements, influenced cultural narratives, and highlighted social issues. The disaster remains a poignant reminder of the delicate balance between human ambition and the natural world, and the enduring necessity of preparedness and humility in the face of potential disaster. The Titanic's maiden voyage has captivated the public imagination for over a century, becoming a symbol of human ambition, tragedy, and resilience. The fascination with the Titanic is multifaceted, encompassing its grand design, the dramatic events of its sinking, and the poignant human stories associated with it. This enduring interest is reflected in the vast array of literature, films, documentaries, and memorabilia dedicated to the Titanic. The Titanic's allure began even before it set sail. As the largest and most luxurious ship of its time, it represented the pinnacle of early 20th century engineering and opulence. The ship was a marvel of modern technology, boasting unprecedented amenities such as a heated swimming pool, a state-of-the-art gymnasium, and elaborate dining rooms. The sheer scale and grandeur of the Titanic captured the public's imagination, symbolizing progress and human ingenuity. The passenger list added to the ship's mystique. The Titanic carried some of the wealthiest and most influential people of the era, including business magnates like John Jacob Astor IV and Benjamin Guggenheim, and socialites such as Molly Brown. Their presence on board turned the voyage into a high society event, attracting significant media attention. Newspapers and magazines eagerly reported on the luxurious accommodations and the distinguished guests, further fueling public interest. However, the tragic events of the night of April 14, 1912, transformed the Titanic from a symbol of human achievement into a powerful narrative of hubris and disaster. As news of the sinking spread, it generated shock and disbelief worldwide. The Titanic had been marketed as unsinkable and its catastrophic failure challenged contemporary faith in technological progress and human infallibility. The dramatic and poignant nature of the sinking contributed to its lasting fascination. Stories of heroism, sacrifice, and survival emerged, capturing the public's heart. Accounts of Captain Edward Smith going down with his ship, band members playing music to calm passengers, and lifeboats being launched with women and children first became legendary. These narratives highlighted the best and worst of human nature in the face of disaster, resonating deeply with audiences. The Titanic disaster also highlighted issues of class and social inequality, which have continued to intrigue and provoke discussion. The stark contrast in survival rates between first-class passengers and those in second and third class underscored the inequalities of the time. The stories of third-class passengers, many of whom were immigrants seeking a new life in America, added a poignant dimension to the tragedy. This aspect of the story has been explored in various films and books, emphasizing the human cost of social stratification. In the aftermath of the sinking, the Titanic became a subject of intense media scrutiny and public interest. Newspapers around the world covered the disaster extensively, providing detailed reports and personal accounts from survivors. The public's appetite for information about the Titanic was insatiable, leading to the publication of numerous books and articles. This early media coverage helped cement the Titanic's place in popular culture. Over the decades, the Titanic has inspired countless works of fiction and nonfiction, each adding to the ship's mythos. The most famous of these is James Cameron's 1997 film Titanic, which became a global phenomenon. The film's blend of romance, drama, and historical detail brought the story to a new generation, reigniting interest in the Titanic. The film's success demonstrated the enduring appeal of the Titanic story and its ability to evoke strong emotional responses. Documentaries and television specials have also played a significant role in maintaining public interest in the Titanic. These programs often feature interviews with historians, experts, and descendants of Titanic passengers, providing new insights and perspectives on the disaster. Advances in technology have allowed for more detailed explorations of the wreck site, revealing new information and artifacts. These discoveries are frequently covered in the media, keeping the story of the Titanic alive and relevant. Museums and exhibitions dedicated to the Titanic continue to draw large audiences. Artifacts recovered from the wreck, such as personal items, pieces of the ship, and even parts of its grand staircase, offer tangible connections to the past. These exhibits provide a poignant reminder of the human lives lost and the historical significance of the disaster. The Titanic has also become a subject of academic study, with historians, sociologists, and maritime experts examining its causes, impact, and legacy. Conferences, symposiums, and scholarly publications continue to explore various aspects of the Titanic, contributing to a deeper understanding of the disaster and its place in history. In summary, the public fascination with the Titanic's maiden voyage is a complex interplay of technological marvel, human drama, and cultural significance. The ship's grand design and luxurious amenities initially captured public interest, while the tragic sinking and the compelling human stories that emerged solidified its place in popular culture. The Titanic's narrative has been perpetuated through media, literature, and exhibitions, ensuring that it remains a poignant and enduring symbol of both human ambition and vulnerability. If the Titanic had successfully completed its maiden voyage without sinking, the potential advancements in maritime safety could have been groundbreaking. By exploring how the success of the Titanic's voyage could have influenced safety regulations, life-saving equipment, emergency procedures, and communication systems. We can envision a world where tragedy spurred innovation rather than mourning. The success of the Titanic's voyage could have set a new standard for safety regulations in the maritime industry. Lessons learned from the ship's near miss with disaster might have prompted earlier adoption of stringent safety measures, such as increased lifeboat capacity, improved navigation protocols, and enhanced crew training. The Titanic's survival could have served as a catalyst for proactive safety initiatives that prioritized passenger and crew well-being above all else. With the Titanic's continued operation, advancements in life-saving equipment and emergency procedures could have revolutionized maritime safety. The ship's success might have led to the development of more sophisticated lifeboats, advanced distress signaling devices, and comprehensive emergency response plans. Crew members could have received specialized training in crisis management, ensuring a swift and coordinated response to any onboard emergencies. The Titanic's safe arrival in New York could have accelerated the evolution of communication systems at sea. The ship's pioneering use of wireless telegraphy for long-distance communication could have inspired further innovations in maritime communication technology. Improved radio equipment, satellite communication systems, and real-time monitoring capabilities might have been introduced sooner, enhancing the safety and efficiency of transatlantic travel. If the Titanic had successfully completed its journey, the implications on the future of transatlantic travel would have been profound. By delving into how the success of the Titanic could have shaped the development of passenger liners, potential changes in travel routes and schedules, and the influence on passenger comfort and amenities, we can envision a world where ocean voyages are redefined by luxury, efficiency, and safety. The success of the Titanic's maiden voyage could have set a new standard for the design and construction of passenger liners. The ship's innovative features and luxurious amenities might have inspired a wave of new vessels that prioritized passenger comfort, safety, and elegance. From spacious cabins and gourmet dining options to onboard entertainment and recreational facilities, future passenger liners could have aimed to replicate the opulence and grandeur of the Titanic's ill-fated voyage. With the Titanic's safe arrival in New York, transatlantic travel routes and schedules could have undergone significant changes. The success of the voyage might have led to the introduction of faster and more direct routes between Europe and North America, reducing travel times and increasing efficiency. Enhanced navigation technology and improved weather forecasting could have enabled ships to navigate more challenging waters with confidence, opening up new possibilities for transatlantic travel. The Titanic's triumphant journey could have revolutionized the passenger experience on transatlantic voyages. With a renewed focus on passenger comfort and amenities, future ships might have offered unparalleled luxury and convenience to travelers. From spacious staterooms and personalized service to cutting-edge entertainment options and wellness facilities, maritime travel could have become synonymous with indulgence and relaxation. Reflecting on the hypothetical completion of the Titanic's maiden voyage offers a glimpse into a parallel maritime history where tragedy was averted and the ship's legacy took on a different hue. By examining how the Titanic's survival would have altered perceptions of ship safety, exploring its cultural significance and memorials, and analyzing any lingering effects on transatlantic travel practices and safety standards, we can appreciate the enduring impact of this iconic vessel. Had the Titanic successfully completed its journey, perceptions of ship safety would have been fundamentally reshaped. The ship's survival could have instilled a sense of confidence in the reliability and security of ocean liners, leading to increased trust in maritime travel. The lessons learned from the Titanic's near miss with disaster might have prompted a proactive approach to safety regulations, fostering a culture of vigilance and preparedness in the maritime industry. The Titanic's hypothetical survival would have altered the cultural significance of the ship, transforming it from a symbol of tragedy to one of triumph. Memorials and commemorations related to the Titanic might have focused on celebrating the ship's successful voyage rather than mourning its loss. Museums, exhibitions, and artistic interpretations of the Titanic's journey could have highlighted its technological achievements and the resilience of its passengers and crew. The enduring effects of the Titanic's survival on transatlantic travel practices and safety standards would have been far-reaching. The ship's successful journey could have set a new benchmark for safety protocols, influencing the design, construction, and operation of future passenger liners. Enhanced safety features, improved emergency response procedures, and advanced communication systems might have become standard practices in the maritime industry, ensuring the well-being of passengers and crew on every voyage. In exploring the hypothetical completion of the Titanic's maiden voyage, we have delved into a world where tragedy was averted and the course of maritime history took a different turn. By summarizing the key points regarding the social and technological implications of the Titanic's successful journey, we gain insight into the potential changes in maritime safety standards, transatlantic travel, and the broader impact of historical events on progress and innovation. The Titanic's survival could have led to advancements in maritime safety standards, influencing regulations, life-saving equipment, and emergency procedures. Transatlantic travel might have seen improvements in routes, schedules, and passenger amenities, setting a new standard for luxury and efficiency in ocean voyages. The legacy of the Titanic's successful voyage could have reshaped the future of maritime travel, emphasizing safety, comfort, and innovation. The what-if scenario surrounding the Titanic's completed voyage offers a unique perspective on history and progress. By imagining alternative outcomes to historical events, we can appreciate the complexities of human endeavors, the impact of pivotal moments, and the role of innovation in shaping the course of society. The Titanic serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility of life and the resilience of human ingenuity in the face of adversity. As we reflect on the implications of the Titanic's hypothetical completion, we are reminded of the enduring influence of historical events on modern practices and innovations. The lessons learned from the Titanic story underscore the importance of continuous improvement, safety consciousness, and technological advancement in the maritime industry. By honoring the past and embracing progress, we can strive to create a safer, more efficient, and more sustainable future for ocean travel. In conclusion, the what-if scenario of the Titanic's successful journey invites us to consider the possibilities of history rewritten and the impact of pivotal moments on the trajectory of progress. The legacy of the Titanic lives on as a testament to human resilience, innovation, and the enduring quest for safety and excellence in maritime endeavors.